If you're anything like me, Friday nights in the 90s meant one thing. You found your spot on the couch, the TV was already on, and Mr. Cooper made everything feel okay for half an hour. That feeling never really left. Hangin' with Mr. Cooper gave us a family we chose to visit every week. It's been over 30 years now. The cast has changed in ways that might surprise you. Some shows you watched. This one, you lived in. It wasn't the jokes that kept us coming back. It was the feeling that someone left the door open for us. The people behind those characters carried that same warmth into their real lives, and their stories deserve to be told. I'd love to know who you watched this show with. A parent, a sibling, a best friend on the other end of the phone. Those Friday night memories are the reason this video exists. Share yours as we go. Let's start with a face that walked through that Oakland door from a completely different world. Before she ever set foot in Mark Cooper's living room, Dawnn Lewis was already family. That voice singing the opening of a different world carried an entire generation to college. She co-wrote that theme song herself. When she arrived as Robin Dumars in season 1, she brought that same steady, grounded energy. Robin was the one who kept the house honest, the friend who told you the truth before you were ready to hear it. Dawnn was 31 when she played Robin. Today, at 64, she still carries the same spark we remember. She didn't slow down after leaving Oakland. She went to Broadway and joined the cast of Sister Act. She played Tina Turner's mother in the hit musical Tina for 3 years. And then she did something no one saw coming. She became a starship captain. For 5 seasons, Dawnn voiced Captain Carol Freeman on Star Trek Lower Decks. From Hillman College to the final frontier. She also runs the A New Day Foundation, mentoring underserved youth across the country. The woman who taught us what showing up looked like is still showing up. Every episode, that knock on the door. Tyler Foster never waited to be invited. He just showed up. And somehow, Mark Cooper's life got better every time he did. Marquise Wilson played Tyler across all 5 seasons. He was the kid next door who became everyone's little brother. Then he did something rare in Hollywood. He walked away. No dramatic exit, no headlines. Marquise stepped out of the spotlight and built a life on his own terms. Today, he runs a catering business called One Way Catering. No cameras, no red carpets, just a full, honest life, far from the one we knew. Some left the spotlight. Others never stopped chasing it. And one of them grew up in a house full of music and gold statues. His father sang lead on Everybody Plays the Fool. His brother Cuba won an Academy Award. Omar Gooding grew up surrounded by greatness. But he never borrowed anyone else's shine. On Mr. Cooper, he played Irving Rodman, one of Mark's students. Not the fastest learner, not the star athlete, just a kid trying hard and hoping someone noticed. That was the beauty of Irving. He made it okay to not have it all figured out. Omar was just 15 when he first appeared on the show. Today, at 49, time has only deepened his presence. And his work ethic is staggering. In 2024 and 2025 alone, he appeared in more than a dozen films. The Midas Code, Betrayal at First Hand, Coach Fate. He released 2 hip-hop albums under the name Big O. He tours the country doing stand-up comedy. He produces. He writes. Before Mr. Cooper, he co-hosted Nickelodeon's Wild and Crazy Kids. After it, he stole every scene in John Singleton's Baby Boy. The kid who played a struggling student became one of the hardest working people in the industry. And he's nowhere close to finished. You heard Nell Carter before you saw her. That voice came around the corner first. It filled the room the way a church choir fills a Sunday morning. When she joined Mr. Cooper in Season 2 as Principal P.J. Moore, everything shifted. The show got bigger because she was in it.
PJ was tough. She ran Oakbridge High with a look that could stop a hallway. But underneath all that authority was someone who cared more than she let on. She was the boss who believed in you before you believed in yourself. Every school needed a PJ Moore. Most of us never got one. Nell was 44 when she took the role. She'd already made history by then. A Tony Award at 30 for Ain't Misbehavin'. Say it, Ain't Misbehavin'. An Emmy for the television special that followed. 6 seasons leading Gimme a Break. She carried stages and sound stages with equal command. She left us in January 2003, at 54. At the time, she was rehearsing for a new musical in Long Beach. Still performing, still giving. The curtain didn't close on her terms, but what she left behind still resonates. If any of these faces are bringing something back for you, I'm right there with you. This is what these videos are for. If this channel feels like a place you want to come back to, I'd love to hear that. We're just getting started. She was 7 years old. That's how young Raven-Symoné, say it, Raven-Symoné, was when she walked onto that Oakland set and changed the temperature of the entire show. She'd already been Olivia on The Cosby Show, already released a music album, and she was still in elementary school. Nicole Lee arrived in Season 2 with her mom, Geneva. She was Mark Cooper's little cousin, curious, fearless, full of something you couldn't quite name. Nicole made that house feel complete. She was the kid energy that turned a sitcom into a living room. The one who reminded you that family isn't planned. It just shows up. Raven was 7 when she started. Today, at 40, she wears every year beautifully. What happened after Mr. Cooper is the part that rewrote the map. That's So Raven became one of Disney Channel's biggest hits. She executive produced and starred in Raven's Home for 6 seasons. She co-hosted The View. She made her Broadway debut in Sister Act. She directed episodes of Wizards Beyond Waverly Place. The little girl from that Oakland living room grew up and built an empire. And she did it all on her own voice. But there's one face we haven't talked about yet. The one whose name was in the title. The one who almost didn't make it back. Every kid who watched this show wanted a teacher like Mark Cooper. Not because he had the answers, because he made you feel like yours mattered. He was goofy and loud and 6'6", and he cared so much it came through the screen. Mark Curry gave us that. He made school feel like a place you actually wanted to be. Mark was 31 when the show premiered in 1992. A comedian from Oakland who'd been honing his craft in local clubs since his 20s. He hosted Showtime at the Apollo. He landed a role in Armageddon. He co-starred in See Dad Run on Nick at Night for 3 seasons. The camera loved him, and he never stopped working. But life tested him in ways no audience ever saw. In 2006, an accident at home left him with serious injuries. Recovery was long. The road back was uncertain. But Mark Curry is a comedian down to his bones. He returned to the stage and turned his struggle into strength. He toured with Cat Williams on the Heaven on Earth tour. He released a comedy special on YouTube that reminded everyone why he belongs up there. Today, at 64, he's aging with incredible grace. His 2026 tour is selling out comedy clubs from Las Vegas to San Francisco. The man who made Mr. Cooper feel like home never stopped making rooms feel that way. There's one more person in this story, and hers didn't just happen on screen. It started with a real ring, a real question, and a moment the whole set held its breath for.
October 7th, 1994. The cameras were rolling on stage 23 at Warner Brothers. The cast thought it was a regular taping, but NFL quarterback Peete had other plans. He walked onto the set of Hangin with Mr. Cooper and got down on one knee. Holly Robinson said yes in front of the crew, the cast, and a live studio audience. Real tears, real love. On a set that was already pretending to be home, something genuinely became one. Holly was 28 when the show started. She'd already made her name as Judy Hoffs on 21 Jump Street, alongside Johnny Depp. Vanessa Russell was different. Vanessa was the steady hand, the one who kept Mark honest, kept the house running, and made you believe that smart, funny, and kind could all live in the same person. For young black women watching, Vanessa wasn't just a character, she was a mirror. Today, at 61, Holly Robinson Peete is untouched by the years. She's starred in over 15 Hallmark Channel films. She returned in 2025 with Hats Off to Love. She's been married to Rodney for over 30 years now, 4 children, a foundation that changed lives. The Holly Rod Foundation, which she and Rodney co-founded, supports families living with autism and Parkinson's disease. Their son, Rodney Jr., was diagnosed with autism at age 3. Holly didn't hide from that. She became one of the leading voices in autism awareness. She wrote children's books. She spoke on stages that had nothing to do with Hollywood and everything to do with hope. In 2022, she received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. But the real star was always the life she built when the cameras stopped rolling. The girl from Philadelphia who became Vanessa Russell, who became Holly Robinson Peete. Every version of her meant something to somebody. That's what a payoff looks like. Not a plot twist, just a life well lived. But we can't close this story without honoring the heart at its center. Nell Carter gave us something no script could write. She walked into a room and the room changed shape. Not because she demanded attention, because she deserved it. Every performance she ever gave was a gift she didn't have to unwrap for you. She just handed it over. She left us in 2003 at 54. But her presence didn't leave with her. Every rerun of Gimme a Break still carries her timing. Every revival of Ain't Misbehavin' still borrows her rhythm. Somewhere tonight, someone is hearing that voice for the first time, and they're leaning in the way we all did. Some people stay even after they go. Nell Carter is one of them. 30 years later, and that Oakland living room still holds something. Not just laughter, not just a theme song, something closer to the feeling of being known, of being welcome without asking. Somewhere, Tyler is still knocking on that door. Vanessa is still keeping everyone together. And Mr. Cooper is still making the room feel a little safer than it was before. So let me ask you this. When you think of Hangin' with Mr. Cooper, who are you sitting next to? Tell me about that person. I read every single one. There are more stories like this one waiting, more faces, more Friday nights we used to know. Until next time, take care of that memory.